My company is called Jamtastic. We are a small batch jam producer specializing in low sugar and no sugar products. Well, for years I've always made jam. I've done it as a hobby. I've made jam for 25 or 30 years, just enough to give to family and friends every year for Christmas. And about 7 years ago, my sister called me after the holidays and said, "Ross, you know, you really ought to quit giving this stuff away." That got me to thinking, maybe, who knows? Let's give it a whirl and see what happens. So I made some jam. I made about 150 jars of jam, my raspberry maple, my no added sugar 4-berry fruit spread, hot for habanero strawberry, and my wild Maine blueberry. And being down in southern Vermont, I got on Highway 7 and I started stopping at mom and pop shops from Bennington essentially all the way to Burlington. And I got home very late that night. I'd sold all the jam I had, and I had orders for about another 250 jars. Well, I'd say one of the biggest challenges is that we self-distribute. I mean, that's a challenge. I can't get the jam out to where I'd like it to be because I have to take it there. I have to ship it there. I have to take it there. I don't work with distributors yet because the margins are just to produce a product of this quality are very, very narrow, very, very slim, and I don't have it to give away to people. So I would say that's one of my biggest challenges. Well, certainly I like to see myself with a broader reach. Right now we're in about 150 stores. In Vermont, you'll find us in Healthy Living here in Burlington. You'll find us in a number of Hannaford stores and a lot of mom and pop stores and some co-ops. In 5 years, I'd like to be national. I'd like to have a product I'd like to be represented in every state in the United States. I think our jams are that good.
And do you have a website that people can go to?
Yeah, we do. www.jamtasticjam.com. Right now we have about 20 jams online, our most popular. One in particular is my raspberry maple jam. It's our #1 seller. #1 selling product, has been for 7 years. What's the difference between this and most other jams? About 40% less sugar. And in this one I use maple syrup not as a sweetener necessarily. I use it strictly as a buffer. It lowers the acid, less tart. We really should be calling it screaming raspberry because really that's what it is. And another phenomenal product that just keeps to be growing more and more, no added sugar. No Splenda, nothing, no artificial sweeteners, just fruits. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries. A little bit of unsweetened apple juice concentrate and a little tiny bit of pectin. Under 14 calories per tablespoon, under 3.2 grams total sugars. Well, the most fun for me is interacting with customers. I mean, I love retail. We do a lot of farmers markets, we do shows like this, and I love to interact with people. If I was stuck behind a desk, I would probably go insane. It's just not my gig. So I like to make the jam. I am the jam maker. I do produce it all, but I like to introduce it to customers. And I like to see that, we really like to see the smiles that it brings to people's faces.